Philosophical or speculative approach. It is a traditional approach in the comparative political studies. In this video clip, we will see how what is philosophical or speculative approach of comparative politics. The school of thought took support of discussion logic for explanation of facts and phenomena. It means in this approach of comparative politics, the researchers made their analysis with the support of discussions and with the support of logic for the explanation of facts and phenomena. The school of thought originated from Greece by Spouhis. Spouhis took support of discussion logic for the explanation of facts and phenomena. Among these scholars, the Gorgias and Pythagoras is especially worth of mention. The temperament of Spouhis resembled to the current university professors or defense pleaders. They did not develop a school of thought. They were making practical plans instead of making research. They sought support of logic for their own favorite beliefs. Socrates also adopted a philosophical way in answer of Spouhis' views, but there was a huge difference between these two. Socrates had developed his own way of doing research. He was showing himself ignorant and asking the definition of very simple terms again and again, and motivating the opponent to his own point. So the Socrates also adopted this way of comparative politics. His pupil Plato also adopted the same way. Socrates did a lot of work on the philosophical work, but he was unable to write a single word. However, Plato had compiled 3 books, which are the main source of politics nowadays. These 3 books got universal fame, and they include Republic, Statesman, and the Laws. After Plato, the political philosophy traveled from Hobbes and Locke to Viscount, Hegel, and Marx. There is a huge chain of political philosophers who did work to eliminate and the political concepts and targets in this field. But all these concepts are impractical. For example, Plato had provided the concept of the ideal state, which was not practically possible. The work of Plato was a brilliant work, but practically it was not possible to make such a ideal state. The number of things he has put in his ideal states were not practically possible. For example, the communism of family was not practically possible. So the mathematical analysis of these was possible, but practically these views could not be availed. It means the concepts and the theories the philosophical school had made are not practically possible. They can be a good part of fiction, but not a part of practical political science. There can be a number of objections on this school of thought, that philosophy starts from wonder and ends in suspension. A philosopher remains in conceptual world and is less concerned with the real world. A philosopher insisted upon the definition of every term, but practically it is not easy. For example, to define point is not practically easy. A philosopher wants to find reality of reality, hence the aim of research ends. He can be near himself to a reality, but cannot unveil the reality. Often philosophical logic is used to suppress the opponent and impress upon others' own views. Philosophical language is difficult and is not understandable by common people. For example, if a philosopher says nothing is nothing, it's not easy to understand by common people, common men. A philosopher works under the system of concepts and tries to understand according to his own beliefs and makes others understand this. It is his own world, and he is shut up from outer world. Thanks for watching. For more interesting videos, please subscribe to World of Social Sciences.